Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. This morning, I'm going to fix the plumbing that I messed up a couple videos ago. Hey, bring your stick. Izzy, get out of there. She was following a scent. You never know when she's gonna roll in something really stinky, and I don't want that happening. Okay, so I messed up the plumbing last time. I had a bad solder joint, so I have to go back. I cut that stuff all out, so now I have to remake a piece, and I may have to cut my foam insulation a little bit in order to get it in, but that's no big deal. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowing out right now. Really beautiful day, but I digress. I'll meet you back there and we'll get started. Okay, here's where we're at. I cut that stuff out and pulled this fitting off. I heated it up with the torch and got it apart, and I could see clearly that the solder did not make it all the way around. So I cleaned this up really well, got it all sanded up. So I'm going to get some flux on this and reassemble my setup, which would go like that. Elbow, got a new elbow, new splice. But a problem is I had measured the distance between here, and I made it so that the splice was within that distance. Now I had to cut it off, so I'm about a ½ inch. Oh, it's hard to explain. I'm about a ½ inch or so, maybe an inch. Oh yeah, actually it's a good inch taller than it needs to be. So I can't put that all together, stand it up, and slide it through like I did last time. So what I'm going to have to do is slide the pipe up from the bottom and get the upper part assembled, the elbow and the adapter from copper to PEX, and then I'm going to have to solder up here. And I really don't want to do that, but I'm going to have to find something to block this off. I don't want any flame getting in here. I got foam in there, and there's, well, that foam back there is fireproof foam, but yeah, and I could do it anywhere up here, so if I do it down low and drape something over this, I'll have to figure something out. But before that, I'm going to get this put together and make damn sure that the solder, you got to heat these up really well because this is a cast fitting. You can tell the difference in the thickness on these. And I was just in a hurry and I shouldn't have did that. So I'm going to get this really well heated up, and hopefully I don't have the same problem again. So let's start by cutting a little piece of pipe to fit in here, and let's get this assembled. Okay, so after I cut this long section here to the size I wanted it, I tested this out, and you can see that just by pushing it tight, I can get it to go down into here. So it'll go about that high. This looks real good. All the joints look real good, so hopefully I don't have any problems. But like before, I have to get the pipe over here, so I have to make the connection down there. And then if I bring it over here and it's twisted, it's really difficult the way it is. So I'm gonna have to figure out exactly how that pipe wants to be on here, and then go do the crimp down there, because I don't think I have enough room. It's possible. No, I'll have to do the crimp down there. So I'm gonna have to dry fit it up here, get that pipe up here, and line it up, put a mark on this, and then take it down, do the crimp, bring it back up, and then I'll have that pipe connected to this. So it's not gonna be easy. Yeah, but that's what I gotta do. And in the end, it's really nice because I can do the soldering, the final soldering right here. And that way I can just put a board behind it like last time. So let's get that done. Okay, I have my PEX plugged up at this end, and in the bucket runs all the way across. This time that big heavy-duty fitting looks like it's really well done. It looked iffy last time, so I don't know, I should have just redid it right away, but it really is kind of difficult to pull them apart and clean it and everything. So hopefully it works this time. That one looks very sloppy, but it looks like it's a full solder. And got my plug in so it don't come jetting out across the room. And here is the acid test. This water is on. it's leaking in the bucket. I think. No, it's not. I think that was just water coming down the tube. I am really gun shy. This really doesn't matter if it leaks out of there. Okay. Let's get up there. It's nice and cold because it's filled with water. I don't see a drop of water anywhere. Within a minute or so, it started squirting, oh, less than a minute. It started squirting out of the back of this fitting the last time. And it appears to be holding. So what I will do is I'm just going to let it sit, and I'll come back in maybe an hour. I'm going to take it out of this bucket so I can see if anything's on the ground. I'll let it sit for about an hour or so, and like I said in the last video, then I have to shut this back off and take the plug off of here and cut that plug off the end there and let the whole system drain again, because we're not heating it out here and it will get below freezing before the end of the winter. I have a heat tape on this pipe, so I shut this back off and let everything else drain out. And then that's insulated with just regular pipe insulation. And then I covered this whole top part with towels and stuff. So this pipe and this and everything out here and the PEX will be drained out. So like I said, I'm going to wait about an hour and then do that. Man, I was really nervous on this. I generally don't mess up on solder joints, but I sure as hell messed up on this one, on the earlier one. Okay, so with that done, hopefully, I do believe it is, the next thing will be to strip out some of this foam right here, and then I have the parts I need and install the electric box right there. Then I can get both this PEX and the heavy cable mounted to this cross member here and make sure they're both run to the other side. Then once the box is in place, I can start running electrical to everywhere. And from there I can insulate. And if you haven't followed along, I'm going to be using a smart barrier, which is a two-way, like a vapor barrier, but it works when it's hot outside. It'll allow vapor to escape into the room, and when it's cold outside, it'll block vapor from going out that way. So it allows the cavities to dry in the summer and anything that gets in there in the winter. And for the most part, nothing should. Everything has to be sealed really well, like with these boxes, gasketed boxes. And again, I saw him doing this on Keeping It Dutch. It's pretty interesting. I'll link up above to the video that Dutch has with that in it. But that'll wrap it up for today. I'm going to come back in an hour and drain this thing out, and that's all she wrote. So if you want to see the progress on this, or if you want to see the progress on the tiny house design tool that I'm working on, Make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon, and then check the little all so you're notified of all the updates. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps us out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.